Hi, this is 365801 and this is going to be a NetGalley reading vlog. Now, I have been really bad about making sure that I write up my reviews, so I'm feeling stressed about NetGalley in general and all of my arcs. As you can see, there's still some manga there. I did the reading vlog for ages and ages ago and I just haven't written up any of my reviews. I've got notes and I just haven't actually sat down and done this. But part of me also wants to read the things that I've got to read. I have some manga, some BL manga there. A Story of Love That I Do Not Know by Sachi Murakami. I have the Sunbearer Trials by Aidan Thomas. This is a new one. I've got the next one in the series by Freya Marsk of Restless Truth, which I think is a sapphic one. I've got the Lady Adventurers Club, which sounds so cool. It's got like archaeologists and Egyptology, and it's supposed to be sapphic as well. Wolf Song by TJ Klune, I've got that to read. So I've got loads of really fantastic ones. I've also got some non-fiction I'd like to do maybe a separate reading vlog for, just because it's all non-fiction. I do want to read them and it's all about asexuality, so I'm very interested in maybe just reading all three of them and letting you know my thoughts in a separate vlog as well. And I also have all of these that I need to write my reviews for, damn it. So I'm really behind in all of my NetGalley stuff and all of the arcs. So for this vlog, which I don't think is going to be terribly long, but I do want to just kind of try and see if I can get some of it done. Some of it is only available reading through my phone. Some of it I can read on my iPad. So we're going to try and get some of it done. Anyway, this vlog. And I think I'm going to start with the Sachi Murakami BL manga. So I thought this was going to take me longer. I just read this on my phone. Oh dear. Like, I've been so slow on reading it, but I thought it was the whole volume. It's not, it's just the first chapter. A Story of Love That I Do Not Know by Sachi Murakami. The premise or the little blurb doesn't seem to match the story, but also it's kind of dull and boring. I can't say I'm particularly impressed with it. I think Sachi Murakami is hit or miss for me, and this was a miss for me. There was a lot of like character intros in the first page, and I just thought, okay, maybe this is connected to other volumes of Sachi Murakami's works that have been published, and where could I read those volumes? Because it seems like you're kind of jumping into a story that's already established. And it turns out, yes, that's the case. So there are a couple of volumes and you're supposed to already know these characters. And I did not know the characters, and I also was not actually terribly interested. So unfortunately this Sachi Murakami one does not work for me, purely because I feel like I'm in the middle of the story rather than... It's like the offshoot story. It's the spin-off story. And I'm not particularly interested in a spin-off when I haven't read the original. I'm like that. I like to read things in order, and when I don't read things in order, I feel like I've lost some of the story. And so yeah, unfortunately this one is a bit of a miss for me. I don't think it's great. I mean, I love the artwork is only so-so because it's Sachi Murakami. She's not known for having the best artwork. It's not really my favourite thing about her writing. It's still got a gentle sweetness to it. So it's probably like a 2. Maybe I should give it 3 stars just because it is BL. No, it's a 2. It's a 2. Probably 2.5. But on Goodreads, I don't think it's warranted. You have to decide, don't you? Do you round up or you do round down? And in this case, it's a round down rather than an up. So yeah, this is probably going to be a 2-star. But I think we're going to move on to whatever is next on my list. So yeah, I'm glad that was quick and easy. So done and done. So I'm sitting in my little office bit. I've moved my computer and stuff out of the way. I'm reading the Lady Adventurers Club on my iPad. This is by Karen Frost. I have started it, and I'm actually... Where am I? I'm a little bit into it, and it's interesting. I can't say I'm enjoying it too much. So, I mean, I'm glad that there was a bit of, like, I read the acknowledgements bit and I was like, oh, this sounds great. And then I read Anna's one and I was like, oh, okay. And it was like setting up the premise of being in Egypt and that she is, I don't know, it seems like she's not the most likable character here. Although you're like, okay, so she's a woman, these men who she worked with, you know, the Carter who opened Tutankhamun's tomb, it's all about opening Tutankhamun's tomb, and she was there, but she's been written out of history type thing. At least that's what I'm guessing, because I don't know if there's an Anna who was actually there present at the time. And it turns out like she's been working for a long time. I don't know, but she doesn't... Anyway, I've read on and I'm like, she doesn't sound like she is. She doesn't sound like she is. But anyway, I don't know how to form sentences. So she got kind of like shafted by the male misogynistic establishment. You're like, okay, so this is the Egypt setting that we're in. And then we move on to chapter 2 and we get Clara, and Clara seems really sweet, but she's also a bit naive and she's shy, and she's also someone who has travelled extensively around the USA as a sharpshooter in Wild West shows, and she goes to this explorers club to meet Anna or Lady Bearing to have a talk about Egyptology. And while she's there, she meets two other people. One is Georgette, who's this French woman who has also lived in India. She's now in America. She's like a maths genius. And she's kind of like standoffish and very... seems supposed to be like uptight or something. And also another woman, Eliza, and Eliza is the one black character in this so far, and the one who has, or at least seems to have, the most sense. And she is a pilot who flew around Morocco and stuff like that, but now she does air shows and things in the south, you know, like fancy daredevil flying. So all of these women are like kind of go-getters, and it seems like they're all really interesting characters, but there's something not quite right. So I don't know where I am in it, but I got quite far in. And I have to talk about things. So they met in this club. Anna gives them a talk about Egyptology. Then they go to back off onto their normal lives. And they kind of correspond through letters and decide to be the Lady Adventurers Club. And so they talk. And then Anna has an idea about where she thinks a new burial for a king or a pharaoh might be, and so she's wanting that, and she discovers it and she doesn't open it. She wants all of the ladies from the Ladies Adventurers Clubs to come to her, and so they travel off together, and they've met in Egypt. So I'm actually quite far in, I'm about halfway through maybe, and I don't know. I'm not liking it. There's something about it. Well, there's quite a few things about it. One, I have studied archaeology. So I have some grounding in that. I have worked professionally as an archaeologist at some point. So like there's the professional aspect that I'm kind of going, okay. I don't think if someone was to have discovered a tomb and have got the door there ready to be opened. They would wait for friends to arrive, unless those friends were people who had paid for the excavation in the first place, i.e. your patron. I don't think someone would wait. For me, it just seems a bit silly, because she has to send letters to the other side of the world. That takes ages in the 1920s. Then they've got to travel across transatlantic boats and stuff. That's going to take ages. Then they have to travel down to where she is, so down the Nile. That's going to take a long time. This is going to take, you know, a month, 2 months. This is going to take several weeks, you know, and that's how it is. There's several weeks of getting them there, when she could have just opened it and invited them to visit when everything's already opened. So for me, it's like, Anna's a bit of an idiot. There's shenanigans, there's nonsense and shenanigans, but so far, Georgette seems to be, I think she's being written as someone who might be neurodivergent. She's a great character and I love her, but she's also, I think the author is writing her as a neurodivergent character. We also have Eliza, who is the only black character. She also seems to be the only character that has any common sense whatsoever. She's like the voice of reason. And I mean, she is great. I love Eliza and I love Georgette. They are brilliant. And I do think that they're interesting characters. Eliza being the fact that she is the only black character and the only character with real world common sense maybe speaks to, maybe the author did that on purpose, because as a black woman she would have had to experience things and has a better understanding of, I don't know, the evils of the world. Maybe that was on purpose. I don't know. I mean, it's a good thing that the black character in this book has that sense, because if she'd been written like Clara, oh my god. I mean, Clara at the start of the book, I was like, oh, she's dead sweet, she's lovely. She's also a sharpshooter and kind of a bit gung-ho, but also incredibly timid and scared and socially awkward. And I'm like, what? So what is it? If she's travelled extensively throughout the United States, how come she has no common sense and is ignorant of many of the things in the world? She wouldn't be. This doesn't make sense. I don't understand Clara as a character now. I just think, as you know, this is like one of the first books with sapphic characters in it that I've read in a while. Like, it's not like I haven't ever read any, but I just choose not to, because one of the things I absolutely hate is women who are written like they're stupid. I hate stupid women in any book whatsoever. You know, if it's a male romance, if it's an Achillean romance and one of the characters is a bit dull, I'm like, okay, cool, it's a man, it's fine. But I hate it when an author writes a woman as being kind of stupid. And it's not like Clara's not stupid, it's not like she's not intelligent or not worldly, but that's how she's being written. And I'm like, she wouldn't be that ignorant. No one would. Especially with the age that they are. Oh my god. And Anna, oh my god. Oh my god. Like, she started off kind of a bit entitled, and I'm not surprised, she's Lady Bearing. But she's definitely coming across as like not all those, not like other girls, but it's like not like other white colonialists. I'm like, yes, you fucking are. You're a white woman and you're digging up our, you know, Egypt's tombs. There is an element of colonization there, you know, of the colonizer, and the way that, like, I know that she's supposed to come across as being more modern and like not like other girls type thing. Like, I feel I see myself as an Egyptian more than I see myself as a Brit. Your father was the governor of Egypt. You are literally a lady of the British Empire. You are the colonizer, love. Get it through your thick skull. I know this is 1920s, so fine, have that opinion. But oh my god, it's that whole thing of, is this supposed to be a modern lens? Because I'm reading it and going, I am tired. I am tired. The other thing about Anna is that she is coming across as incredibly predatory. If this was a man, I'd have been like, woo, red flag, run away, not good. And all the faces and all the noises. I do not like the way that Anna is being around Clara. If Clara is, you know, an innocent and she's naive, and the way that Anna, and you hear Anna's thoughts, you hear her thinking, and I'm like, do women think like this? Because, I mean, I'm not to say that women wouldn't, and I just don't think that there are many women. Maybe they are, I don't know, it's my only asexual bent in terms of what I think of the world. I just feel like the voice seems so predatory and so sly and conniving and sinister. The way that she is talking about trying to get Clara, there's no love, there's no affection, it's just purely sexual. And it's sexual in a way of like wanting to be the first person to put your foot through pristine white snow. It's that kind of thing. Like she wants to not defile her, but she wants to have her sexually. There's no emotion. And for me, I'm like, hold on, I like romance. I don't like just blatant sex for pure sex sake. For me, that's uncomfortable because I'm, you know, the whole asexual thing. I'm like, ugh, no thanks. You know, at least if there's emotion there. And that's the thing, like Clara seems like she's confused about how she's feeling, whereas Anna is completely convinced about her physical needs. They're on two different pages, and one page is very much like, I want to bone this lady, and the other one is, I don't know how I feel about things. And the other thing is, they're all women, and they're all like late 30s, early 40s. And they're not kind of coming across as that, so I really want to DNF this. I'm really annoyed, and I don't want to push through because I'm really like, ugh. But I'm so disappointed in this. I'm halfway through and I feel like I should just do it. Anyway, the stupid thing that I thought was going to happen has happened, and even more stupid things are happening, but I don't want to spoil it for anyone if they're wanting to. Although I'm spoiling it by going, these women are so annoying. This is why I don't read books with women in it. Maybe that's why, you know, like if you want to critique me and say, hey, maybe you shouldn't have read this, but The Lady Adventurers Club sounds like such a fucking amazing book. That's like totally up my alley, and yet these ladies are not it. Except for Eliza. Eliza's like the best. But also, she's like, why are these women running off into danger? I'm like, yes, exactly. Well, at least one of you has a healthy, like, respect for, you know, self-preservation. So, I don't know. I'll see if I can finish this. I don't know if I want to. But we'll see. Okay, so it's been a couple of days. It's been quite a few days. I have my sister coming to visit soon, so I'm like, get this stuff done. And well, I did finish it, but I have to say I did skim a little bit, just because I want to be honest, because I was getting really hacked off. Especially about Anna. Anna's the one that I'm like really kind of annoyed at, in terms of, this doesn't feel like a romance. For me, this doesn't feel romantic. It feels kind of like she was grooming her, Clara. It feels like, and Eliza 100% all the way through is like looking at her just being like, you're a dick. Eliza's having none of it. Eliza is 100% calling her on her shit, and I'm like, good for you, good for you. Yeah, Eliza is the one character. Georgette is really cute. Georgette is really nice, but Eliza's the character who I like out of this. But there's not enough love for the other characters for me to want to continue this one. I really don't want to read any more in this series at all. No, this is a definite no. Do I think it's a 2.5? No. No, it's a 2. It's definitely a 2. It's like, I don't want to give it a 1 just for Eliza's sake. But this is definitely not a book that I enjoyed, just purely because, well, not purely because of Anna and her way of going about. And it kind of feels like unfinished, and I guess that's the whole point for it going into the next book. Anyway, there's a whole lot of shenanigans. They go up to Alexandria to try and get the people who have stolen the stuff, and I'm not gonna talk about it. It becomes supernatural, and I'm like, oh, I did not see that coming. Or, not that I didn't see it coming, I was just like, didn't know that this was gonna be part of it. Which, you know, Indiana Jones and all of that, there is an element of the supernatural in something like an adventure, like an Indiana Jones. But I was like, oh, okay. But it didn't feel adventurous. It felt kind of plodding and very stupid. Oh, so stupid. Like, all of the beats of the story, I'm like, is this author beating these over my head with it? Like, it was too obvious, and then it got all supernatural, and I was like, okay, jumped the shark there. It kind of felt like it. No, I didn't. This is not for me. This is not my story. This is not. And the thing is, I went off after I finished it. So they like sailing off, I think back to the UK or something. They're sailing off from Egypt, having resolved the issues supernaturally. They didn't resolve it supernaturally, but it got resolved in a sort of supernatural way. I guess the Mummy also has the whole supernatural thing with the adventure. So in a way, you know, like, I can see why. But for me as a professional archaeologist, it's like, maybe if this was a movie, I would have enjoyed it more. Probably not. Like, this is not The Mummy, for sure. This is like The Mummy 3. Or even The Mummy 2, with that annoying kid. This is no, I cannot compare it to The Mummy. It's definitely one of the spin-off, offshoot ones that you're like, nah, this isn't as good. And I hate saying this about books, and I hate saying this about a sapphic book, because I wanted to love this. I want to love the sapphic books as much as I love the Killian ones. And I didn't enjoy this at all. I then looked on Goodreads to see other people's reviews, and they're saying the same thing, so I feel vindicated in that respect. That it's perfectly capably written, if not a little bit like the tone is off. Because these characters are supposed to be, like I said, in their like 30s, early 40s, and they don't sound like it. This is apparently the first adult book that Karen Frost has written, and she writes YA. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. Because the characters don't come off as being adults, and certainly not adult women in their late 30s and early 40s in the 1920s. I mean, think about all the things that they've experienced in their lives, and yet they're naive. And I mean, I know we think differently from people in the past, but we're not that different. As a professional who studied history and anthropology and archaeology, I can tell you that there will be some very strong similarities between people in the past and people today. There are some universal truths. And a woman in her late 30s, early 40s, you know, as I am, I won't say how old I am, but still, there is no way that some of the thoughts and actions would take place, unless, like I said, I really don't like women being written as stupid in any way, and this felt like that. It felt like disrespectful to women. That's a really harsh way of putting this book. The Ladies Adventurers Club. I will not be continuing. Sorry. I mentioned that my sister is coming to visit, so I'm going to be trying to read this one while we have her come, and we'll be doing stuff. So I probably will be reading this as she's here. So I probably won't get it all read in a sitting. I'm going to start it today though. I am a little bit concerned because I did read, my first TJ Klune was House in the Cerulean Sea, and that's fairly recently, but it did take me 9 months to finish. So I'm a little bit concerned that this is going to derail me again, just like the Lady Adventurers Club has kind of derailed me. This has taken a lot longer to read. That took a lot longer to read, so I'm worried that this is also going to take a long time. I have other books that I need to read on my NetGalley, so yeah, I'm a little concerned about getting everything read. Anyway, Green Creek is part of, so this is Wolfsong. This is the new one. Tor is printing it, so it's a nice hardback. They look gorgeous. I would love a copy just because of the way it looks, but I don't know if this is actually a good series. TJ Klune has, you know, had some success. I like the competency of his writing, but the themes and things like that I'm a little concerned about. I'm also pretty concerned about this because it's book 1 in a series, and I don't want to get derailed because it's, what is it? Wolf Song, Raven Song, Heart Song, and Brother Song, and they're all going to be published by Tor over the next few years, and this one is the new one. So yeah, first published Boat K Books, and then now by Tor. And so Tor has given me a copy digitally to read. And I haven't read it before. I'm concerned. I'm concerned because, one, it might take me forever, or I'm going to love it and want to read the rest of the series and then have to buy the digital books because obviously there won't be available yet. So yeah, I don't want to love this. I want this book to be a 3-star. There's not often you'll go into a book going, this has to be 3-star, and I don't want to be anything more than that. So yeah, we'll give this a bit of a go. Yeah, wish me luck for not having a Squidward moment. Yeah, I don't want a Squidward moment. So we just got back from the charity shop, and I thought I would show you what I got. Obviously you saw something that I definitely got, which is like, woohoo! So I got a few books. This is the first one. The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse. Now I've seen this for quite a while, and it was one that I always thought would be quite nice. So a nice lovely hardback for like, what was it, £1.50? So yeah, everyone says this is really cute and sweet, so it's a nice one. And the other one was this graphic novel, which I don't know anything about, but it's definitely adult, because there's some adult stuff in it, as I did a quick flick through. But it looks like it might be, yeah, adult and supernatural that kind of thing. I didn't even read the back, but I just said suggested for mature readers. And it's by the same people, I think, who do the Fence. So that looks quite nice. Might give that a wee go. Hopefully it's book 1 in a series, or if it's just all complete in one. I don't know. If you know anything about this, let me know. If you've read it, let me know. And of course, oh my god. And because it's softback, this was £1. Can you believe it? Oh my god. Oh my god. It's the new version rather than the older version. Serena Bowen, Elle Kennedy, him, which is probably, you know, my top 5 books of the year. If not top book of the year so far. I mean, I did do my top books of 2022 so far, and this is definitely up there. So yeah, I am absolutely shocked, and now I definitely need to get Us and Epic. But I checked when we were on our way back, and it's like £11 or £12 for this, and it's in perfect condition. It's in perfect condition. And I got it for £1. Can you believe it? I'm kind of like, damn it! Did they have Us and Epic there as well, and I was just late, or did the person just be like, I'll read this, and they didn't like it, and so they just put that in. I am convinced that there is someone out there in my local area getting books and reading them and going, okay, and just put them in the charity shop, because it's in almost perfect condition. So I'm so happy. Anyway, yeah, we've been having a lot of fun. We've been having a lot of fun doing stuff. So I still have a little bit more to read of Wolfsong. I'm doing it in the evening when I'm going to sleep. So where am I? I don't know. I'm gonna go and get it. I'll show you. Show where I'm at. So yeah, I just went to get this. Around the 60% mark. Like a Wolf, they bled here. So they are. Oh, so much has happened. So much has happened. The way that it's being written has definitely progressed. Like where at the start it was definitely from Ox's perspective, and so everything seemed very simplistic, and I feel like that was all very consciously chosen, very consciously done. It feels like it's a little bit more advanced in terms of the writing, so that kind of shows that Ox has grown up a bit more. It's still quite repetitive in certain things, especially when it comes to being as a wolf. Ox, I don't know. Ox is like, a what? What is Ox? Anyway, so he's definitely gone through a lot. There has obviously been some shit that's gone down. I can't talk about it because I don't want to ruin it for you. But I'm feeling like this is definitely something that I'm excited about reading. I'm enjoying it. And I'm kind of annoyed because, well, depending on how it goes, will this be a 3-star? Will it be a 5-star? Damn it. It feels very much like, oh no, he's hot. So I am really enjoying it. So we'll see how I get on. I'll maybe fill you in when I've finished. So it has been a little bit of time since I did finish this. I've got some orange juice with a bit of lemon and lime and some aloe vera juice. Apparently it's supposed to be good for you and for your digestive system, so I'm going to drink some of that. I have finished. There's a little section at the end of here which gives you like a bit of Raven song, and I'm like, damn it. I have finished Wolf Song. It got to the point where I was like, okay, I really, really want to read what happens next, because they just give it to you. They give it to you. And I'm like, no. So I've read this little section and I'm like, well, I now need to read the rest of this. So this might have derailed my reading for the month. I knew this was gonna happen, damn it. I should have read the other ones where there's no sequel. Damn. I still think that there's some issues, if I'm going to be honest. As much as I thoroughly enjoyed this, I don't think it's a 5-star. I think it's a 4-star. That's how I'm going to put it, because the repetition is there through choice, but there's also repetition that I'm not entirely sure needs to be there. This book, I think, could be tightened up. It could be a little bit tighter. It could be a little bit more concise. It could be, I don't know. Like, it's not that long. There's only like so many, 200 and something like that pages. It's not a huge long book, but it feels like it drags a little bit in pace at times, and I feel like that's not something that's great. I did have to push through a couple of times, and then there are other times when I was just racing through, and so it is a little bit like, yes, you got to have some rise and fall, but a lot of the times when it was falling, it was because I was reading the same thing that I'd already read. So there was definitely, oh, I just got a message. Definitely feels like there was some improvements to be made in terms of the story. I'm not going to say that it's terrible, because it's not. And there's definitely a lot of repetition in language. Maybe that's something, you know, because of the whole, this is how you think as a wolf and you're more primitive or base, that kind of thing. But do I want to read the next one in the series? Yes, I do, because this definitely feels like there's more. It was definitely like the big culmination, but it didn't answer all of the questions, and so I feel like this is something that's going to carry on. And it's giving me anxiety. I'm not going to lie. It's giving me anxiety. I'm not happy about that. It's giving me tension. It's making me go, oh, what's going to happen now? But it does make me want to read on. I checked to see whose story's next, and it's Gordo's story next, and so that'll be quite interesting. But all of the characters will still be there, I'm assuming, because it's all still in Green Creek. I do enjoy the little nods of like, ooh, whose story's gonna come, and I don't know. I know Gordo's is next, but I'm assuming I know one of the other ones, but I don't know what there's 4 books in the series, so I don't know what the rest of them are going to be about. And there's definitely like issues, there's things like questions unanswered, so yeah, I can see why. So yeah, I might have to go and see if I can get a copy of Ravensong. And I don't want to. I want to read the stuff I want to read, and that I'm supposed to read, and not get it derailed. But I'm going to end the vlog here because I don't know how long it is. Hopefully it's not too long. My sister has also, when she came up to visit, she brought a TV for me. I don't know if I told you guys, but like my TV that was originally hers, that I've had for a few years, broke. It finally just died. It died its wee death. So we took it, when my parents came to visit, we took it to the recycle place. And so I don't watch a lot of TV, and what I use my TV for is mostly just watching, you know, booktube videos of YouTube and stuff like that, or Alaskan Simple Living, or Acre Homestead, that kind of thing. I love those kind of YouTube channels. So, but she was like, "Oh, I have a spare TV. It's huge, guys. It's huge. It's massive. I should probably show you." But oh, it's like, oh, I could just watch this and I could just watch that. So when my sister was here, we did watch Only Murders in the Building, and I got completely distracted from Only Murders in the Building. If you've been watching it, and like as soon as my sister left, we were like, damn it. We need to watch the rest of season 1 because we watched half of the first season in like one evening, and then we've been just watching it. So yeah, it's been a couple of days since my sister left, and I have been mostly just consumed with Only Murders in the Building. I love it. It's great. It's great. So yeah, I'm looking forward to season 3. Have you been watching it? It's good. So yeah, this is the books that I've read. Only 3, and I'm really disappointed because I was like planning on having 5. But yeah, I'm gonna end this vlog here. Thanks for watching. If you've got any comments, that'd be great. I can't remember how I end videos. How do I end videos? 365801, and I make videos about mima romance, BL manga, yaoi, and all that good stuff. Yay! I got it! If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and what else do I say? I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, comment down below. Comments are great. Subscribe, like. No, I honestly can't remember what I usually say. I think I need my orange juice. Anyway, take care guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.